Introduce you to our next guest, who hasn't been lucky when it comes to finding love. She's Elizabeth Holt, and she has endured 4.
First of all,
China.
Katie Seagal. And ladies and gentlemen, Royce Lopez and Mersh carted off the field as they smashed helmet to helmet trying to catch the same goal.
It is like that chocolate and peanut butter thing. It looks like Katie Seagal and China were mushed together.
Well, we're sitting from different angles.
Yeah, you're right. Good point.
So it probably looks like China. A little more like China.
I see Katie Seagal
It's
now.
very Katie Seagal.
All right, I see the Katie
it's
Seagal.
Very Katie Seagal. Riding through this world. I don't like what you did to your husband, ma'am. You let Ron Perlman kill him, and then fucking your son drove into a truck or something?
And then a bunch of Asians were killed?
Yeah.
Been out on over 200 dates.
I can't deal with the high energy coming from
Jeez,
this
and
guy.
Crow in the chat says she looks like robot Whitney Cummings. Why wouldn't they make the robot young looking then?
Why wouldn't they make Whitney Cummings young looking?
Why would you make a middle-aged woman robot? That sounds horrible. They're the least valuable creatures on the planet.
And has been out on over 200 dates, which
she's been on 200 dates.
Haven't gone too well. But now she says,
she's been on over 200 dates, and rather get to the root causes of maybe the fact that she's the problem, she's decided to marry a dog. Rather than do any sort of introspection and maybe a look inside of herself to see why maybe she's been kicked out of 109. I'm sorry.
No, wrong
200 dates.
There you go.
Does she not, Ruthie? She has found the one.
She's found the one. She's planning now to marry the love of her life, and he's with her today, her golden retriever.
Okay, well, that's a good boy. That is a good boy.
Logan.
That is
He
the
looks
look
very
of a
relaxed.
sad dog that has to fuck that woman every
Yeah,
once in a while.
yeah. Her peanut butter budget must be through the roof. Through the roof.
And chilled.
Tell me about the love you have for Logan Humphrey, and Logan has. Just looking at Logan's face there.
All right, what do we think her voice is going to be? High and shrill or deep and smoky?
She looks like
I haven't heard it
She
yet.
looks like a smoker.
Smoker? Okay, let's see.
That dog adores you. For that, there is no doubt.
Yeah, and I adore him. It's a year ago today I rescued him, and the reason why I feel it's so important to, celebrate this by doing this is not only because I've been in lucky love by 221 dates, actually.
And counting.
Thought I'd better correct you on that one. I rescued him a year ago today. He has a very sad past where he's now just turned 6, but for the first 4 years he was locked up in a utility cupboard, chained up, beaten,
awful,
starved. And when he came out, he was rehomed.
And now he's asking if he could please go back to that lifestyle because this is insufferable.
This is, again, man, they're pushing this shit. Somebody in the chat actually had a good point, too. Guy goes on 200 dates unsuccessful, he's an incel. A woman goes on 200 unsuccessful dates, marries a dog, and she's brave and stunning. It's
You're right.
Fucking ridiculous, man.
Very badly with dysfunctional families, and it was like we were meant to meet because I just lost my other golden retriever to spondylitis, who was a golden retriever. So my son said, "Get a doppelganger." And
Okay.
here we go.
Well, you've said that what you've done for him. What has he done for you?
He saved
He likes peanut butter off my snatch.
me, and I've saved him, and everyone. I got a dog.
This is a mental
behaviourist,
illness, by the way. We've
Yeah.
taken pets to a mentally ill level.
Yeah.
I'm a dog mom. No, you're not. You're a pet owner.
You're a pet owner.
You're a pet owner.
when I first got him, and she said, "He saved you, and you've saved him," because I was a broken woman when Humphrey was.
Past tense. Now she's
fixed.
Now she's found the light.
A
But
broken woman who's been on 221 dates.
a broken woman who's now fixed, and she's marrying a dog.
Only 8, but with this spondylitis, his legs just went, and I was absolutely devastated.
Okay, I get all that, but as regards human relationships,
Yes.
and with men in particular, have you gone as far to say you've given up?
I love that she comes on the show and she's talking more about the dog. You're not on the show because of the dog you rescued. You're on the show because you married a dog.
You're a maniac.
Yeah.
Completely given up. I've hand on heart, I've been on all those websites from.
Oh, I
Can
can't
I name
imagine.
some of
These
them?
men, I would give anything to interview some of these men.
How long? This interview is a 10-minute long interview, Mike.
I'd give anything to. I would give a half-hour interview to just one guy that's been on one of these 200 dates. I want to peek in this brain.
Yeah.
I want to see why these dates didn't go well, because this woman is sick.
Well, anyway,
No,
you've been
there's
on them.
there's so many. There's
Haven't
so
worked
Well,
for you.
muddy matches, farmers, millionairematch.com, match.com.
Millionaire. Oh, we're fit.
I think we're figuring it
It
out.
just slipped.
Notice she went to Millionaire Match, then regular match.
So she's a gold digger.
So this old... No, let's break this down. So
Sure.
this old, dried up piece of rotten fruit that broke off the tree a long time ago thinks that she's not going to settle. Why would she settle? She deserves the best because that's what she's been told. That's
She
what
deserves
society has told her.
She deserves fancy feast.
She deserves only the best. But the reality of the situation is she's a completely worthless, non-contributing member of society. This is literally the MDE, the wall sketch. This is that sketch. This is like the sketch where they're like, when they bring on the three guys and one of them is just a really good-looking white guy in a suit, and they're like, what do you think of these, Scott? And he's like, well, I mean, she'd have to, maybe if she works out a little bit and gets a good job and really works hard, in a few years, she would be in a, in a place where I might be interested. It's just brutal, but it's like, these women don't want to do that. They just think they deserve a hot guy in a suit. Like, they think they deserve this. Y'all, you're a fucking dime a dozen. You're a dime a dozen. And by the way, most of you are overweight, mentally ill, and highly damaged by whatever step parent you had that had boundary issues. You're coming into this situation with a lot of baggage. Be grateful that anyone wants to spend time with you at this point.
Websites from, can I name some of them?
Well, anyway, you've been on them.
There's so many. There's
Haven't
so
worked
Well,
for you.
muddy matches, farmers, millionairematch.com, match.com.
They said stop, though. They said don't name it. I have a feeling I know why this woman's alone.
What are these? Some of these aren't American match sites.
But then,
Tinder.
Okay, but Liz, but do you not get to the stage where you have to ask yourself the question: is it them or is it you?
It must be me. I mean, I'm
Okay, well, at least this guy's act. Hey, you know what?
I'll be a little less harsh if she takes a little personal responsibility.
I'd say.
I don't know. I mean,
Have you got particularly high standards, do you think?
well, no, I tell you what I think.
No, I married a dog. How can my standards be high?
Really good point.
And Ruth, what I think the problem is, the older men want the younger woman,
Yeah.
and the younger man wants the older woman. Now, I've got a son of 25. Men of that age are asking me out, seriously, and I can't do that. It's not right.
So instead, I'll do the same thing and I'll marry my dog. Like, again, all these things she's saying are crazy.
No.
But you
This is
married
what
your
happened.
dog.
This is what happened. You had no problem dating somebody your son's age. The problem is that people your son's age want to fuck you.
Yes.
Occasionally.
Not marry
Keep
you.
you around, maybe, hit you up at 2 a.m. on a Saturday. But I guarantee you, she has marched down a road of 1,000 25-year-old cocks, and none of them have really wanted to settle down because they're 25. You know what I mean? So that's the problem.
No.
You could find a guy your age. The problem is you don't want to fuck a guy your age. You don't want to fuck a guy your age. That's the problem, because you're a woman and you're entitled, and we live in a society that tells you you deserve everything. You deserve everything, queen, and anything less than everything is bullshit. And now you're marrying a fucking dog. So how do you feel about yourself?
I want somebody a bit older than you.
Well, yes,
Yeah.
and then I also want someone that's sort of, I mean, I'll just run quickly through the last thing, the deciding thing happened 3 months ago. I've been building up a relationship with this guy. I did meet him through Facebook, but we became, he said he was separated, getting divorced and everything, and we...
This one is so boring.
Okay, but did you hear what she just said? I met him on Facebook. He said he was getting separated and getting divorced.
She fucked a married guy.
Yeah.
built up this relationship. I hadn't actually met him.
Yes.
but we were FaceTiming, video chatting, and then
You were diddling yourself on Skype. We know.
without putting it too fun, we were connecting and
Yes.
we were doing, and I started
Oh,
sort of getting fruity.
Was he lying, basically?
Well, I'll cut to the chase. We got
Yes,
a bit
please.
For the love of
Because
God.
you're not interesting. The most interesting thing about you is you married your dog.
fruity on the video call.
And honestly, that's not even that interesting.
It's not.
And he said, I love you, Elizabeth. And I said, I love you, alibi, Andy. That's like, and then, you know, we were, you know,
Yes.
on.
Facing
And then
fruity.
I hear in the background, darling, are you coming to bed? His wife walked in.
Oh dear.
And
So
then-
that was the final straw.
There you
That was go. it.
You just said that's it. Okay. So we get all that. I get all that. We have a lot of people that talk about disasters.
But you knew he was married, right?
Yeah, she knew.
He said that, I'm getting separated. Whatever. That's what they all say when they're cheating on their wives. That's what they all say. Have you tried fucking people that aren't 25 or married?
This is really low energy too.
Yeah, this woman's.
I think I'm done with this. I can't. It's just dumb. She's not even smart enough to like parlay this into something interesting.